man about in his 20s, 30s, sits down next to me, and then immediately shoots back up and gets up, and then like mutters under his breath, like, "Oh, I'm not sitting next to coronavirus," and then goes across the carriage and then sits somewhere else. And at the time, I was just like, kind of taken aback by it, like, oh, did that really just happen? And not really thinking too much about it, and didn't really say anything at the time because I was a little bit in shock, and also I didn't really want to kick up a fuss about anything because it's this, yeah, I think that's what happened.
And now you've shared this story, have other people come to you and said, well, actually, I've experienced something similar?
Yeah, actually, like quite a few people have, experienced the same thing. The problem was when the coronavirus broke out, it was around Lunar New Year as well. So a lot of people weren't allowed to go back home and visit family because a lot of people were on lockdown. And it was quite sad as well in Chinatown. Many people in Chinatown,
in London,
yeah, London, Chinatown. A lot of people didn't, were avoiding the area because of, fear over catching something or catching coronavirus. And another girl that I spoke to, she was also on the tube, and then she saw a man, she witnessed a man holding a newspaper, and then there was a group of East Asians that just got on the tube, and he was just using a newspaper to cover his face and like this kind of thing, getting away from them. And then as soon as they got off the tube, and he just kind of relaxed, and it was just this. I think it's just kind of really sad that everyone's being lumped together. It doesn't really matter if you're East Asian, Southeast Asian. Everyone's kind of lumped together. It doesn't really, regardless of whether if you're Chinese or not, which is the sad thing, I think.
And in your article, you weren't just talking about your personal experience, you're also highlighting some of the media coverage that you've taken issue with. Have you been surprised by the tone that you've seen in some newspapers?
To be honest, I'm not that surprised, because I feel like a lot of East Asian discrimination is just not really reported on, and it's often ignored. And I think these scaremongering headlines are just, thinking the worst, and it's making everyone think irrationally and do irrational things. And it's just, causing up a frenzy where everyone's just scared. And I think it's just very unfairly the way that everything's being reported.
And there's much more information on the coronavirus via the BBC News website.